5 scary ghost videos that'll give you the shivers. Ghost children. The following video comes to us via Alberto del Arco, a Mexican researcher and presenter for everything paranormal. Alberto del Arco presents exclusive material related to the mystical, unknown, unusual, and/or unlikely. In this video of his, Alberto travels to a house inhabited by a young man named Carlos. Carlos states that him and his family have been seen shadow-like figures in and around their own house, and think that their house is possibly haunted by the spirits of children. Alberto starts his investigation talking with his team when all of a sudden this happens.
Dicen que han visto sombras, creen que es una niña, creen que es un señor también. Entonces,
tenemos que recordar que a veces... ¿Qué fue? ¿Viste? ¿Sí lo viste?
¿qué fue?
Esto.
Eso es lo que comentan aquí precisamente. ¿De dónde salió, saben?
De por allá atrás.
Juguetes que les avientan a la cocina. Esto es lo que comenta la persona que nos dio la entrevista, que es uno de los habitantes de esta casa, es un luchador. Aquí en México
sale de por allá. Mira la piñata.
La piñata se está moviendo, la piñata se está moviendo, la piñata se movió.
¿Sí la vieron? Chicos, ¿sí lo grabaron?
Alberto and his team all witness a children's toy being thrown across the kitchen, followed by a piñata moving mysteriously on its own. The investigation team makes their way upstairs, floor by floor, recording everything on the way up. A few really creepy things happen during this time, however, one in particular shocked Alberto's viewers when the team captured this.
Energía que no se mueva. Y esa energía atrae muchísimo, les gusta muchísimo a los ¿Qué pasó? Arriba vi algo en la ventana. ¿Viste? Vi algo que se movió.
¿Qué fue eso?
La ventana.
Pero fue como un animal, ¿no?
Sí, se veía como...
¿Como un perro?
Como un perro, pero no hay perros.
No hay perros.
¿Qué pasó? Arriba vi algo en la ventana. ¿Viste? Vi algo que se movió.
¿Qué fue eso?
¿Qué pasó? Arriba vi algo en la ventana. ¿Viste? Vi algo que se
¿Qué
movió.
fue eso?
Alberto's friend is talking about the house when, all of a sudden, she notices a black mouse or shadow of sorts moving in the upstairs window. It's difficult to see at first, but whatever it is appears to crawl across the window to then stand up and glide out of sight. These are just 2 of many creepy things that happened that night. The team of investigators came to the conclusion that there is definitely something in that house that shouldn't be there. If you would like to see what else happened during their exploration of this supposed haunted house, make sure to look up his channel, Alberto del Arco. Signs. This following video is a short one. It comes to us from a woman named Sandra Fulton Hamilton John on Facebook. She states on the Facebook posting that this particular video is of Jack, a deaf man using sign language to talk to his girlfriend on a video call. And Jack appears to be sitting down on a chair in his kitchen using his hands to communicate to his partner when something dashes past him. Believe it or not, Sandra suggests that this is proof that spirits exist. She states in the Facebook post that they had a paranormal investigative group come to the house after seeing this video. Sandra insists that this is not the first bit of so-called paranormal activity. The house and everything around it in that particular area of Lumberton, North Carolina has seen a lot of supernatural activity for as long as they've lived there. But who really knows what's going on here? Could this be anything supernatural, or simply just a glitch from within a camera? Witchcraft Church. St. Peter's Church in Orrisford, about 20 minutes drive from Colchester in the UK, is known in the area to be supposedly haunted. The church was originally built in the late 12th century on a site overlooking the surrounding area. St. Peter's was destroyed by a mystery fire in October of 1971, rumoured to be, or at least blamed on people performing witchcraft. The adjoining graveyard is still in use, and the occasional open-air service is still held in the ruined building. In early 2020, a couple of guys from a YouTube channel named Paranormal Investigations Inc. traveled to the abandoned church late at night to record a quick video. The two men started their investigation on this cold and windy night by doing a spirit box session, assuming they wouldn't get much. However, it was quite the opposite.
Can you tell us your name, please? Do you know what year this church burnt down? And is it true that there's witchcraft associated with this church? Can you say my name again? That just said my name. Open church? Sounded like it, yeah.
The two men of Paranormal Investigations Inc. capture some unbelievable responses, including a few voices answering questions and even repeating one of the investigators' names more than just once, along with what appears to be the sound of older church bells, something you might have heard decades ago when this church was in operation. After the spirit box session, the two men walk through the abandoned church, recording what they see with the little light that they do have from their flashlights. However, something very odd and rather creepy happened not too long after they started exploring.
Tell me again. Sorry about the swearing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Now that's not funny. I hope you caught that on camera then. I don't know if I caught it on camera. That's just not funny. That means someone's here. There's someone about. That is getting a bit scary now. I'd like to know where they are though, if they are hiding.
See anyone in the car park?
No, there's no cars. Oh.
What sounds like Rodney talking records on camera a tea light candle mysteriously glowing from the distance from within one of the church's archways. But as he approaches it, it goes out, leaving both men pondering on what they had just witnessed. However, it gets even creepier than that. Just as the guys are calling it a night and doing their last pan around with their camera, they unknowingly capture something on camera. Now, I didn't see this at first, and neither did the two guys investigating, but if we slow down the clip and look really carefully, you can see what appears to be a black mass or shadow-like thing darting back into one of the doorways of the church. Really creepy, because apparently they were the only ones there that night exploring. Could they have had more company that night? And if so, was it just another person or something more? Paranormal Investigations Inc. is their channel. Make sure to check them out if you'd like to watch the entire video. Being watched. Since I started this channel, I've often featured the spooky adventures of three Kiwis that made up Ghost Hunt, an old television show that aired in New Zealand back in 2005. In the past months, I've gone through some really creepy stuff that the team of ghost hunters captured all those years ago, including a shadow figure in Larnac Castle, a ghostly blue face at Riccarton House, and a grey-skinned apparition at St. Bathans, an old ghost mining town, among much, much more. If for some very odd reason you haven't seen any of those, basically, ghost hunters Michael Hullows, Brad Hills and Caroline Taylor travelled the length of the country exploring the supposed most haunted buildings or spots. Brad would typically sit in the back of the team's vehicle with monitoring equipment, while the other two, equipped with cameras, were sent out to explore. In this episode, the team drove out to Fattapu, a remote beach on the west coast of the Auckland region in the North Island of New Zealand. Fattapu is an area that was actively used by Māori, indigenous Polynesian people of mainland New Zealand. They would use the coastline, river valleys and nearby caves as shelter back in the 1800s. Along with a lodge, a timber mill was built at Fattapu in 1867 to service the kauri trade, a large native tree. However, the mill closed down in 1886 when the kauri tree just ran out. Upon arriving at the Fattapu Lodge, Brad does a piece to camera, explaining a little bit about the place.
From a paranormal perspective, this place is an absolute treasure trove. For a start, the lodge is apparently haunted by an apparition they refer to as the Pink Lady. Perhaps she was one of the original owners back in the days when it was a timber mill. And then this site is also home to New Zealand's biggest shipping disaster, the sinking of the Orpheus. So this coast has taken a lot of souls, and even the Māori believe it to be part of the spiritual highway. So I'm really looking forward to the guys getting in there tonight and exploring and seeing what they can find.
A few hours pass by and daylight turns to night, and the team of ghost hunters get to work and go off in different directions in the hopes of capturing something creepy on camera. In the early hours of the morning, the team get back to the car and do their ghost hunt analysis, where they review any interesting media they obtained throughout the night.
Now, how did you feel up in the gorge?
The gorge was really interesting. It was jet black. Like, I mean, black as black, but of course, after a while, my eyes did get accustomed to it.
I'll show you a few photographs that you took. You took these on infrared mode on your camera.
Yeah.
This one's just a bit of a blur, but you can kind of make out a face in there. You know, if you sort of look at it hard enough.
I can see sort of a head with eyes and mouth and nose and profile.
Yeah, slightly profile, huh?
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next shot. That's just weird, isn't it?
That's really odd. But it's kind of grinning. I see a grin anyway. I don't see something too menacing there. Well, apart from the fact that it could possibly be
it's like a little gremlin.
Yeah.
Brad, how would something like this, I mean, it's obviously pitch black where you are, and even if it was the light from his helmet or the torch, it wouldn't put that much into one space in the middle of darkness, would it?
Well, this is on infrared. That's like 100 times more powerful than the human eye. So it picks up things that you would never have seen anyway.
Now, although this may not look like much to most, some New Zealand viewers have likened this green face to an old Māori mask, something the Māori people would have worn back in the 1800s when this whole place was still in operation. If that wasn't creepy enough for you though, the team also find something else that gives them the shivers.
Tell me about the Pink Lady.
Oh, well, she's the apparition that's seen most commonly around the lodge. And the funny thing is, she's been seen during the day.
Now, when you first walked into your room and sort of set your bags down, for some reason you took a photo in that room, which was during the day. Which is just a really odd anomaly in there that I can't work out, because there's obviously a lot of flare happening from an outside source, possibly the sun. But the flare...
It's almost like there's something standing in the window, but it's kind of see-through.
Yeah, but you wouldn't expect the flare to sort of, you know, overlap inside into the bedroom itself. And you can almost see a face in there, the nose and the eyes sort of looking in that way. And also the fact that it's pink.
It's pink, yeah, more than anything.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's decidedly pink.
The team capture on camera what they think could be the apparition of the Pink Lady, possibly the former owner of the timber mill from the 1800s. But who knows? Could either of these two things support the idea of this place being haunted, or could the team have been clutching at straws the whole time? There is quite a lot of spooky stuff I've left out of this particular episode of Ghost Hunt. If you'd like to watch the full 22-minute video, make sure to check it out. I've put the link below in the description. Watching you. In Fukushima, Japan, there is a mountain called Bentenyama, which used to contain abandoned buildings. There has been a rumor there for many years, stating that if you were to take photos in those very buildings, spirits or ghosts would show themselves. The area is much different these days. It's now a well-maintained tourist destination. However, rumors still exist about the place, suggesting that the wooded area is supposedly haunted by female ghosts. The following video was uploaded to a YouTube channel named The Fourth Wall and shows someone walking the creepy paths that surround the mountain. And although this person didn't notice anything in particular while out walking that night, they did see something later on when reviewing the footage. Now, if this is real, this has got to be pretty creepy, right? However, there's one more thing that intrigued me about this video. Imagine getting home, reviewing the video you recorded and seeing something in the woods that had been watching you. This next part is a little harder to notice, but if you look closely, you can see what the original uploader thinks could be another ghost. People often suggest that supposedly real ghost videos from Japan are much scarier than videos from other places from around the world. And I kinda have to agree, there's just something about them that creep me out just a little bit more. The channel Fourth Wall posts some pretty spooky stuff. I totally recommend checking out their channel, link of course is down below.